Now I want to turn it over to Christine at Fitzgerald Brothers Transportation. Um, Transportation is a really important aspect of wedding planning as well. Um, it's very important that you have a ride to your ceremony because there's no ceremony without you. And most couples want to feel confident that their guests will get home safely after the wedding party. So, can you tell me a little bit, Christine, about your business with Fitzgerald Brothers Transportation?
Yeah, so Mike Fitzgerald started this business back in 2001. He saw a need for transportation in the area, so he started it. We have an office in Stanley, New York, and we have a rather large fleet and a growing staff going on over here. So
Great. Now, how many like buses and shuttles, and do you have limos? Like, what options do you offer to couples?
we have a variety of transportation from our fleet consists of SUVs to limos. We have limo buses, an array of shuttle buses, and we even have a ton of motor coaches.
Okay. Now, what's the difference between a motor coach and a shuttle bus?
A shuttle bus sits anywhere between 20 to 30, 40 passengers. A motor coach is the large buses you usually see on trips, mostly college, but we do use them for weddings too. It's a 56 passenger bus, and it also offers the storage underneath.
Okay, great. So I wanted to ask you a couple of questions that that often come up. So, how far in advance would you say that couples should rent their transportation? Like, should they do it before they have their RSVPs?
I would say 6 months to 1 year out. We do we book quick. We are filling up for September already. So that 6 month to 1 year mark is good. We don't need an exact head count. So just
Okay.
a rough estimate of what you guys are thinking. When we approach closer to the day, about 30 days out is when we need the hard head count usually.
30 days out, you said?
Yep, 30
Okay, well,
days a hard.
that's good to know. Because sometimes that number changes from when
Right.
the guests that you invited to who actually can come, but you usually have a pretty good ballpark, so that is enough to be able to rent your transportation, which is great.
Yeah, we can book it 6 months to a year on a rough estimate, but then we can always, we're flexible. We'll always adjust for our customers.
Okay, great. Now I had some particular scenarios that couples have asked me, so I want to
Yeah.
it's sort of like a word problem. Okay, so if I had a 150 person wedding and I have 20 rooms at one hotel and 10 rooms at another hotel, and both hotels are about 10 minutes away from my ceremony site, and my ceremony site is a half an hour away from my reception, and I know some people are going to drive, how many buses do I need?
I do 2 buses. We can make multiple runs. We don't do the split service. We'll be with you the entire day. So I would say 2 buses, 2 different locations. That's how I would do it. 2 probably 30 passenger buses.
2 30 passenger buses for 150
That's what I would
people?
recommend. I would
Okay.
make multiple runs through it. So
Okay.
that way, and then your guest leaving will also be able to leave when they want. They won't feel stuck, because if you do 150 passenger bus, you're going to be stuck there for an hour waiting. But Aunt Sue might be ready to leave at 8 a.m. or 8 p.m.
Yeah,
and
right.
then Uncle Frank wants to leave at 8:30. If you have it on that half-hour rotation or hour rotation, your guests are happier by the end of the night. So
Okay. And do you have like a minimum hour that someone can rent your vehicles?
yes, we do have a minimum 6-hour booking that we do. Yeah, we have to call in. We have to pay a driver, so
Okay.
it has to be worth a 6-hour minimum booking.
Okay. So
And then our
basically,
driver is available for you the entire time. So
okay. So it doesn't matter. So if during those 6 hours, if I have two different hotels that need pickups to take people to my ceremony. And then my ceremony is 45 minutes. And then I need transportation to my venue. That it doesn't matter the number of stops, it's just the hours needed. And they'll just wait there until it's time to come back.
Yep, no extra charge for all those stops. Whatever you want, however many stops you want, however we got to get your guests back safely to those venues.
Okay. Now,
Unlimited amount.
What if I want to take just my wedding party? Like I was talking with Chelsea. I want just my wedding party to be transported from their hotel to, let's say, Taganic Falls for some photos, then to the ceremony, and then to the actual reception. But I wanted to take the shuttles home with the rest of my guests. Is there still a 6 hour, or have I already met it with my other two shuttles?
No, unfortunately, that would require a different driver. So you would have, we would still have to have the 6 hour minimum booking, but you could do the first look. We could help get you to the other spots, just the two of you. Maybe, they want to go to dinner or to the drive to the reception together just alone, but you're always welcome to jump on the shuttle bus whenever they would want.
Okay, great. This is, again, important information for couples to sort of understand as they're thinking through their transportation needs. And so how much would you say couples should budget if they're trying to transport, anywhere between 100 and 150 guests for
honestly, there's so many factors that go into it. I would say more than 1,000. There's so many factors that go into it. The location, the pickup, the drop off, and how far apart they are, how many buses you're going to have, how many people, what size bus. There's so many factors that go into it that it's rough for me to give you an estimate, but anybody can always email or call us and we will definitely give you an estimate.
So in that scenario that you gave me a little earlier about having two, was that two shuttle buses or was that two motor coaches?
Two shuttle buses.
Two shuttle buses. What would you say two shuttle buses are for 6 hours?
6 hours, I'd say a pickup in Ithaca at a venue in Ithaca, rough estimate 3,200.
Okay.
For 6 hours.
Okay, for both of them, that's total? Or is that each?
That's a rough, 32 together, but that's a rough estimate. So there's a lot of factors that go on.
Okay, great. Again, I think it's important for couples to sort of, plan this in and it not be an afterthought as they're developing their wedding budget, because, people getting home safely is really important. So,
yes.
And I'm also going to share my my screen so that we can see some photos of your fantastic fleet. Great. Now, are these the motor coaches?
Those are the motor coaches. Yes, ma'am. Yep.
And how many of the motor coaches do you have?
More than 15. I think maybe 18.
18, great. Okay.
Yep.
And they seat how many did you say?
56 passengers.
56. So two of those could get almost an entire wedding at the same time.
That's correct. Yep.
To an event. Okay, great. And then.
But then you're stuck there for the whole time, until everybody wants to leave usually.
Right. Well, unless they went in rotation, right?
Yeah. Unless more like a shuttle would do that than the motor coaches. The motor coaches are hard to get on and they're big. And if you're only going to have 10 people on a run, it just wouldn't be worth it. I would suggest a shuttle bus rather than the motor coach for a couple.
Okay. And this friendly fellow here. And
he's really one of our drivers. He's adorable.
He is.
I love that hat. That's also a motor coach of ours.
Okay, great. They look like they're in fantastic shape, really pristine.
Yeah, we have a whole crew that cleans them every day as they come in.
Fantastic. All right. I think that's all the questions that I had for you, Christine. Thank you so much for
Thanks for having
sharing
us.
with us. Yeah, yeah.
Sorry,
And
sorry
again,
about my phone almost dying.
oh no. You know, again, there were multiple things that we were working out today, but I appreciate everybody hanging on. That's just how life is. We got to roll with it and pivot. So that's what we did. I just wanted to say, if you wanted to reach out to Christine directly, you can find her at fitzlimo.com, and that's F as in Frank, ITZLIMO.com, or you can also find her at sweetbowcollective.com as well.